Luis Diaz, on his way out, what's the latest?
He is, and this is really interesting because over the course of the last few weeks, we've been briefed strongly that Luis Diaz is not for sale, but he is now expected to leave their pre-season tour in Tokyo right now and complete a move to Bayern Munich. The clubs have agreed a deal worth £65.5 million for a player who had 2 years left in his contract, 28 years of age. Liverpool had made clear to Bayern Munich that he was not for sale this summer, but they've reluctantly accepted this offer because they feel they've received full market value.
Knock-on effect to a certain player and a certain striker we've been talking about all transfer window, likely going to continue to talk about Alexander Isak. What's that mean for Liverpool's pursuit of the striker?
Well, a lot of people talk about how much money Liverpool have spent in this transfer window. It's nearly £300 million. But when you look at the amount that they have brought in player sales over the course of the last 2 summer transfer windows and in January, £190 million. So that man, Alexander Isak, perhaps this becomes more realistic, bringing in money from Luis Diaz, because we understand that whilst Hugo Ekitike has come in, there is still that massive interest in Alexander Isak, and you can understand why. As for Isak himself, he's told Newcastle he wants to explore his options. Newcastle clearly doing their due diligence and looking at options if Alexander Isak is to depart. One of those players, Benjamin Sesko, of course, Arsenal held an interest. Manchester United have an interest, but I don't think they can do a deal for Benjamin Sesko right now.
Liverpool have officially submitted a record-breaking €140 million bid to Newcastle United for star striker Alexander Isak, with sources indicating that Newcastle have now given the green light for negotiations to move forward. The sudden shift in Newcastle's stance comes as they are in advanced talks to sign RB Leipzig forward Benjamin Sesko, who is being lined up as a direct replacement for Isak. The timing of Liverpool's offer coincides with Luis Diaz finalising his transfer to Bayern Munich, in a deal expected to bring in around €75 million. With Díaz's exit nearly confirmed, Liverpool are acting quickly to reshape their attack, and Isak has emerged as their primary target. The 25-year-old Swede scored 23 goals last season and has become one of the most complete forwards in the Premier League, combining pace, intelligence, and a lethal eye for goal. Liverpool's new manager, Arne Slot, is believed to have made Isak a top priority for his first summer in charge, identifying him as the ideal striker to lead a more fluid, high-pressing system. While the Merseyside club's initial approach of around €115 million was rejected, the new €140 million bid appears to match Newcastle's valuation and, crucially, arrives at a time when Newcastle are preparing for life after Isak. Behind the scenes, Newcastle have been moving swiftly to secure Benjamin Sesko, one of Europe's most promising young strikers. The 21-year-old Slovenian is close to finalising terms with the Magpies, which has paved the way for Isak's potential departure. With financial fair play concerns looming and a need to balance investment across multiple areas of the squad, Newcastle's willingness to cash in on Isak now makes strategic sense, especially with Sesko's arrival imminent. From Liverpool's side, personal terms with Isak are reportedly close to being agreed. The striker is said to be enthusiastic about the move to Anfield, where he would be offered a long-term deal running until at least 2030, with wages reflective of his new role as one of the club's marquee players. If completed, the deal would shatter Liverpool's current transfer record and rank among the highest fees ever paid for a Premier League player. Liverpool are expected to push for a swift resolution, aiming to have Isak signed and available ahead of their opening fixtures. Club officials believe his arrival, alongside the recent signing of Hugo Ekitike, will give Arne Slot the firepower needed to compete on all fronts this season. Newcastle, meanwhile, are focused on closing the Sesko deal before publicly confirming Isak's exit, but all signs now point toward the end of the Swedish striker's time at St James Park. With personal terms progressing, medicals potentially being scheduled, and both clubs aligned in principle, the Isak to Liverpool transfer is now one of the most advanced and anticipated deals of the summer and a defining moment for both clubs as they prepare for the 2025-26 campaign. Luis Diaz has officially completed his move from Liverpool to Bayern Munich, bringing an end to his 2.5-year spell at Anfield. The Colombian winger has signed with the Bundesliga giants in a deal reportedly worth around €75 million, marking one of the standout transfers of the summer window. Díaz's departure has left a noticeable emotional impact on the Liverpool squad, with several players said to be gutted by his exit. Known for his infectious personality, relentless work rate, and flair on the pitch, Díaz quickly became a popular figure both in the dressing room and among fans after arriving from FC Porto in January 2022. His bond with teammates was strong, and many were visibly emotional as he said his farewells at the AXA training center before flying to Germany to finalize the move. The winger played a vital role during his time on Merseyside, contributing to Liverpool's FA Cup and Carabao Cup triumphs in 2022, as well as their run to the Champions League final that same year. Last season, he featured regularly under Jurgen Klopp and emerged as one of the few players to consistently deliver in key moments. Despite his importance, the club opted to approve the move as part of its squad reshaping under new manager Arne Slot. Slot is now looking to bring in a new forward to replace Diaz, with Liverpool stepping up their pursuit of Alexander Isak, for whom they have submitted a club record bid. But for now, Díaz's departure has left a noticeable void on the wing, and in the hearts of many within the Liverpool camp. Liverpool fans have also shared emotional tributes on social media, thanking Díaz for his passion, dedication, and unforgettable moments in red. While his chapter at Anfield has closed, he leaves behind warm memories and a team determined to build on the foundation he helped create. Liverpool are closing in on the signing of Crystal Palace defender Marc Guéhi as they look to strengthen their defensive options ahead of the upcoming season. The 24-year-old centre-back has reportedly made it clear that Liverpool is his preferred destination this summer, with sources close to the player revealing that he is eager to join the Reds and is fully committed to making the move happen. With just 1 year remaining on his contract at Palace, the Eagles appear willing to negotiate a deal in the region of £40 to £45 million, a figure Liverpool are prepared to meet to secure his services. The urgency to bring in Guéhi comes amid growing uncertainty over the future of Liverpool's current defensive lineup. Key defenders such as Joel Matip have departed, while Ibrahima Konaté's future remains in question due to ongoing injury concerns and transfer speculation. Meanwhile, captain Virgil van Dijk, though still pivotal, is approaching the latter stages of his career, making it essential for Liverpool to inject fresh talent and long-term stability into their backline. Guéhi's profile makes him an ideal candidate for this role. Having impressed consistently in the Premier League with Crystal Palace and earning regular call-ups for the England national team, he combines youthful energy with top-level experience. His performances at Euro 2024 further underscored his ability to compete at the highest level, and Liverpool believe he fits perfectly into new manager Arne Slot's tactical plans for a more aggressive and fluid defensive setup. Negotiations between Liverpool and Crystal Palace are reportedly progressing well, with both clubs eager to finalize the deal before the transfer window closes. Liverpool see Guéhi not just as a short-term solution but as a key part of their long-term vision, offering leadership potential and the defensive solidity the team desperately needs. For Guéhi, the move represents a significant step up to a club with Champions League ambitions and a passionate fan base, aligning perfectly with his career goals. If completed, this signing would mark an important milestone in Liverpool's summer rebuilding process, highlighting their determination to compete at the highest level once again. The club's supporters will be watching closely, hopeful that Guéhi can provide the defensive foundation needed to push Liverpool back into contention for major honours.